Welcome back. Earlier in the program, we spoke with Senator Lindsey Graham as pressure mounts on Congress to reach a consensus on gun legislation. Now, reactions from the other side of the aisle. Joining me right now is Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia. Senator, it's good to have you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good to be with you, Maria.
You guys get back in session in 2 weeks. What will be your priority?
Yep. Well, Mitch McConnell says he's going to take something up, and I hope it is something that's constructive that can, and I've said this, the president's in a unique position to help make America safe again. And we need to make America safe again. And people have to have confidence they can go out with their friends and their family and be safe. So we've got to start. And background checks is the absolute building block that we start with.
So how do you do that, Senator? Because, of course, there's this worry out there on the right that, you know, gun control will only be a creep, and it will be more and more and more if you allow assault weapons to be banned. What's next in terms of people's constitutional rights?
Yeah, the bill that I drafted back in 2013, and then Pat Toomey came on to be my partner and work on this bill, this Manchin-Toomey bill. It's a bill that we drafted, but basically we took into consideration that law-abiding gun owners, the rights of a law-abiding gun owner, they're going to do the right thing. I come from a gun culture. I'm a gun owner. I'm not going to sell my gun to a stranger, someone who has a criminal background, someone who is not mentally stable. Not going to do that. But don't you think that if a person through a commercial transaction, if I don't know who that person is at a gun show or on the internet sales or some type of commercial transaction, that at least we should know who they are, what their intent is, and what their background. That's the building block. We're not infringing on law-abiding gun owners. We're not doing any of that and going to take anybody's guns away. I'm not going to have my guns taken away, and we're going to protect the Second Amendment, but there has to be some gun sense.
Well,
and if we
this
can't
seems
start
like
with
very
that building block, Maria.
This is all practical ideas that seem to make sense.
Yeah.
Why is it so tough to get anything done? Does it speak more to the makeup of the Congress that it doesn't seem that you could agree on anything? Within your own party, you've got the progressives versus the moderates, and then when you look at the Dems versus the Republicans, how do you get anything done?
Well, this is where the president comes in. The president is the only one that can make this happen with the control they have as far as the Republicans have control of the Senate. And if the Republicans do not have the cover of the president, and the president says, we're going to make America safe again by starting with the building block of a background check. That makes so much sense. Our bill, Manchin-Toomey bill, has been out there for 6 years. It does not threaten the law-abiding gun owner, but it basically will stop preventing, it will prevent people that shouldn't have guns, people that aren't worthy of having a gun, that have a criminal background, have been adjudicated mentally. We've got to start with common sense, and we can't even get that basic building block. That's the problem.
So
Maria.
Is it up to Mitch McConnell to bring these bills to the floor? How do you actually move one step further?
Yeah. Well, here, I've said this. There is so much power in the leadership of the Congress today. It's just basically been displaced. And sooner or later, we've got to take it back. If a committee's willing to work it, it should be coming to the floor. But right now, Mitch McConnell has the sole discretion. Does it come to the floor, and do we get to vote on it? Do we get to put amendments on it? Can we have basically some type of a working procedure that people would expect Congress, and especially the Senate, to have?
Well, Nancy
Pelosi
Pelosi has the same kind of power, right? I mean, she won't even bring USMCA to the floor. You yourself said that USMCA is better than NAFTA. Bring it to the floor. Oh, my.
We have to do something. Why she won't, I have no idea on that, and why they're holding it back on that side. Haven't had those talks or discussions with anyone on the House side. But first of all, I'm not a fan of the NAFTA treatment. It hurt my state of West Virginia. But we have what we have today. Can we improve on it? Can we make it more competitive? Can we have better wages to where we can basically compete in a fair and level playing field? It's not been that way. And we've been hurt drastically. I think commercially we've been hurt horribly. And most of our jobs have left them, especially the good-paying manufacturing jobs that we used to have in West Virginia.
Yeah, Senator, you make a really good point, and I know your constituents want to hear you talk like that. We so appreciate you joining us this morning, Senator. Thank you.
Well, we got to do the right thing, Marie, and we can. If we come together as a country and quit worrying about the politics and quit playing politics with people's lives.
Lindsey Graham just said he wants to work with you on this red flag bill. Are you willing to do that?
Absolutely. We've entered, I'm right with him 1,000% because it makes sense. If we can prevent and identify somebody who's going to be harm to themselves or to the community as a whole, we should be intervening. And this will allow us to do it. It makes all the sense. We have a lot of good pieces of legislation.
It's practical. Senator, it's great to see you. Please come back soon.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Senator Joe Manchin there.